Hello guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. At the end of the Tournament of Power, in which Goku and the Evil Emperor had formed a team being able to win the victory, they had revived all the other universes. However, in the same way, the 6 universes previously destroyed by the great Zeno-sama had returned, as well as their gods of destruction. But the leader of the gods would communicate with each of them telepathically. Brothers, we've been eliminated for millions of years, and the useless of the king completely now revives us. We need revenge, my brothers.
I agree, Akumo. I don't intend to be the mockery of that damn dwarf. I want to end his pathetic existence.
But how will we be able to defeat the king at all? This will be impossible.
Now, without wasting time, we'll form a single being.
We, the 6 renegade super gods, will form a being whose power will face the useless of Zeno-sama.
All the gods agreed, so they began to unite, being able to form a powerful warrior, which, with his power, was overwhelming.
Ha 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 ha! I'm able to feel the power of Daishinkan's useless, just like Zeno-sama's. Very close to them seem to be several ants.
The fusion of all the gods at an amazing speed was able to tear apart the same space, being able to reach the platform of the Tournament of Power. But at the moment, an amazing pressure would fall on everyone present. The only ones who were able to at least withstand it were the angels, while all the other warriors of Universe 7 were completely on the ground.
What's going on? We've already finished the tournament. Whose incredible pressure is this?
Everyone was surprised when in front of them, they were able to see Daishinkan had received an extremely powerful blow, which made him fall to the platform with an incredible brutality.
Your power is abysmal. I don't know who you are, but at this moment, I'll eliminate you from all existence.
Zeno-sama would raise his hand, intending to eliminate that powerful warrior, but a loud laugh would resonate all over the place.
Ha 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 ha! Did you ever think the same thing would work twice? You're completely wrong, dwarf. I'm gonna end your existence in this whole multiverse.
2 times? Who are you? I'm not able to remember any warrior with your characteristics.
Of course, that'd be impossible for you, since I'm the fusion of the 6 renegade super gods, which you eliminated in the past, and we've returned in search of revenge.
Daishinkan, recovering from the blow, would stand up and raise his power to the maximum, destroying everything around him. So much that even the dimension would break into hundreds of pieces. So they'd reached the outskirts of the 12 universes.
Renegade Gods, so I have to give my life. I plan to end all of you, my children. I need your help, your Beerus. Communicate with all the other gods. We need all the possible support.
Daishinkan, accompanied by all the other angels, had launched themselves against Archon. That battle seemed like a pitched battle. But despite being more than a dozen warriors against a single warrior, Archon began to end the life of each of the angels. Even Daishinkan suffered great damage with each of his blows.
Gods, quickly come to the outskirts of the 12 universes and bring your warriors, as an extremely powerful being has appeared and is facing Daishinkan-sama.
The gods with a little fear would come quickly, so the instant they arrived, all the gods in the same way, commanded by Beerus, rushed against Archon, while Whis, with the help of his staff, was able to get the whole Universe 7 to recover.
Vegeta, there's no time! We'll have to do the fusion!
Damn it, Kakarot, you know I hate merging with you. But I understand. We will.
Both warriors began to use the earrings of the Supreme Kaio-sama, were able to create the powerful Vegito, and being in a complicated situation, he was able to access the Ultra Instinct. His power was amazing, but it wasn't enough to face him. That's right, the mountain of corpses began to increase, while the power of his enemy did not decrease in the slightest. Vegito would throw a powerful attack, which had not caused him any damage. But behind everyone, a powerful warrior began to appear. That's right, the true king of the whole had merged with its counterpart, just like the Guardians forming the Ultimate Warrior.
You forced me to merge. That means that your power's great, but right now I'll eliminate you.
Zeno-sama would try to eliminate him, but to his surprise, it'd been impossible for him to.
In that case, I'll beat the hell out of your life, you worm.
Both warriors began to exchange millions of blows all over the place, which only the warriors were able to see simple flashes. The battle for the first 34 minutes was very even, but when Zeno-sama wasn't familiar with the fight, his power was beginning to decrease. So Archon would begin to connect blows that were extremely powerful, which at one point of the battle even made the king fall completely without being able to do anything. Millions of years ago, you're much more powerful, and we were the ones who increased our powers? Archon, without any compassion, would stretch out one of his hands on Zeno-sama's face. Good-for-nothing rulers always die. Archon's powerful attack would be able to disintegrate Zeno-sama. Everyone else panicked, but Zeno-sama's essence was able to communicate with Daishinkan before disappearing completely.
Daishinkan, I want you to send my friend Goku to another dimension, because he will be the warrior who avenges all this multiverse.
My lord, are you sure about what you're telling me? Son Goku's great potential, but to be able to eliminate this warrior, I'm afraid it's impossible for him.
Daishinkan, trust me. I know what I'm doing.
The essence of the great Zeno-sama would completely vanish, while Archon began to approach each of those present. The gods and warriors who were left alive tried to flee, but Archon, with his simple pressure, was able to make them fall to the ground. Do they even call themselves warriors? A true warrior prefers death rather than fleeing the battlefield, so they don't serve as warriors. Archon, with his simple pressure, was able to make them explode to each one of them, while he began to approach Vegito, the fusion, in the same way he wasn't able to do anything. I could tell they merged. How annoying. Only I must be the perfect warrior. Archon, with a big red light, was able to get Goku and Vegeta back to normal, but both were with serious injuries all over their body. Mr. Vegeta, Whis, Beerus, we will take the bait. Since I will send Mr. Goku to another dimension, he will have to take revenge on all of us. I never thought I'd be giving my life for the useless Goku, but I'll die happy knowing that Son Goku will be able to take revenge. You better take revenge, Kakarot. I'm giving you my life. I trust you. Mr. Goku, don't forget, trust is also a problem, which can lead you to ruin in a battle, so improve in every area and avenge us. The trio of warriors launched time ago against Archon, while Daishinkan, with a large part of his power, would begin to form a portal to another dimension, in which they would not be able to find Goku. This dimension's perfect, since the most powerful warrior does not exceed the power of the Super Saiyan Phase 2. Mr. Goku, I want to grant you the knowledge required for you to exploit your full potential. Daishinkan, with great mental power, was able to grant him all the Saiyan knowledge. No, Daishinkan, I want to keep fighting. I have family here. That's impossible, since all of us will die as well as your family. So you better try to overcome your limits. The great Zeno-sama will put all his trust in you, Mr. Goku. We'll do the same. Daishinkan, with a slight blow, was able to send Goku to another dimension, while also joining the battle, which was completely useless to continue fighting. It doesn't matter. They've done sent that worm. I swear I'll find him, and I plan to end every creation of this multiverse. Archon, with a few moves, was able to send everyone's life. Except for Daishinkan, Archon would start to approach Daishinkan slowly while decreasing all his pressure. Daishinkan, I'll give you a chance to survive. If you swear to serve me and make a blood deal with me, promise not to end your life. I need a servant. Daishinkan would spit on Archon's face, which would make him angry, increasing a large part of his power, so his aura would rise all over the place, and the simple aura was able to carbonize Daishinkan, since only a few ashes of what was once one of the most powerful warriors of that multiverse had remained. Meanwhile, in a very different dimension, Goku had fallen in a kind of cave, but being in terrible condition, he wasn't able to do anything. Damn, I can't move any one of my bones. I have to hibernate for a few months to be able to recover. In this dimension, they find with some warriors called heroes who are qualified according to their ranking, being the F the lowest rank and S the highest rank, and several of these warriors were closing dungeons, which were usually of C, D, E ranks, and very few specialized warrior were able to enter A rank ranks.
However, the protagonist of this world, named Sung, had been betrayed by his own companions. Staying in one of the most dangerous dungeons, even surpassing the danger level of an S rank, he was able to survive with the rare survival system, which sought to form a perfect warrior, and Sung had accepted each of the terms, so he would perform various activities daily to be able to complete his requirements, or he would be sent to a world full of giant monsters to be punished. Sung, not being from a family of high prestige, had to work to be able to survive because he wanted to cure his mother's disease and help his sister to become a powerful warrior. I don't feel like the double life I lead. I don't know what the dungeon's been, but my level hasn't stopped growing before I even know as the garbage of humanity by not having a high level. But they don't know the power I've achieved since that day. On his back, a guy of high prestige had arrived. That's right, to enter each of the dungeons, 6 warriors were required, no matter what rank they have. But the leader named Dog-suk planned a maleficent plan against the 2 new members.
We'll have to end the life of those 2 useless ones so that the reward will be much greater for each of us.
And so it was, like the others, they sealed the exit, leaving the boss, who was a gigantic spider, against 2 warriors, which Dog-suk thought they were weak, but Sung was able to face him. However, his vitality was dropping considerably. I don't think Sung's power is that great. He's even able to stand up to a C-rank boss on his own.
I can't trust myself, as my vitality is decreasing while my tiredness is increasing.
Sung, in an oversight, had been sending to fly, so using several of his recovery potions, he would use his maximum speed and power, with which he was able to finish with the powerful spider. After a few moments, the whole Dog-suk squad would return, being a little surprised to realize how both had been able to survive and even had finished with the dungeon boss.
You newbie, we promised to grant you part of the profit, but before you join us, finish the damn Sung, so you'll do him a favor since he's only garbage of humanity.
The warrior would stand in front of Sung, intending to protect him. Sung, I just fought a C-rank boss. He must be exhausted. But the system which granted him daily missions would grant him the mission of ending the life of the entire Dog-suk squad, which had left him surprised. I never intended to end someone else's life. I'm not... Before he was able to complete his sentence, a powerful attack which made him fall to the ground, because Sung seemed to be in a dream. But he'd get up, and after several moments, he would be able to finish each of the warriors, which left Dog-suk amazed.
How's it possible you're able to finish off every one of my men? You must not be an F rank, but I'm not like them. I have much more power.
Dog-suk would increase his musculature, throwing himself against Sung. But despite doing everything, Sung, with a quick movement, was able to neutralize him, and with a great kick was able to take off his head, which had left his partner surprised. He's much stronger now than when he faced the boss. I can't believe it. His power seems to have no limit. But as they were about to leave the dungeon, they felt an overwhelming power. Even the pressure that had been released was much greater than the double dungeon in which Sung had died. Maybe an S-rank dungeon? Or what is this pressure that my whole body feels? I'm not even able to move one of my limbs. Damn! I'll swear I'll annihilate you. You'll become the most powerful warrior, and I'll end your miserable life. The entire planet Earth of that dimension seemed to be destroyed due to an incredible power. But at the moment, Goku was able to react, realizing how his pressure, he was almost able to end the lives of 2 people he had in front of him. Oh, I'm sorry. I just remembered how miserable I ended with all my loved ones. Multiverse? What the hell are you talking about? I understand nothing. While the 3 warriors were leaving the dungeon, Goku would explain to each of the warriors how his life had been in this multiverse, just like he was not a Saiyan warrior. That means you're able to beat even the S-rank bosses. I don't know what you mean by S-rank bosses, but the power I feel from the beings of these places are very low, and that'll be very detrimental to my workout since I don't have any powerful companions. I don't know if what you're saying is true, but what do you think if you and I train? I want to show you the power that you brag about so much. It's okay, although I don't plan to use all my power since I would be able to end your life. I want to check that out, Goku. Meanwhile, in the multiverse of Zeno-sama, the fusion had searched for Goku through all the voids never traveled before, being impossible to find his whereabouts, so instantly, Furious would begin to carry a large sphere of power, with which he'd plan to destroy all the multiverse in a single attack.
I'm not interested in ending this multiverse. I have the knowledge to transport myself from multiverse, so no matter where you hide, this great attack will be able to end your miserable life.
Archon would throw such a devastating power, so when it spread through the multiverse, it had been divided into 4 great powers, which, when united again, annihilated everything in its path, every planet and life form, leaving everything absolutely dark.
Ha 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 ha. Damn worm, you must already be in the afterlife. It'd be better to go to another multiverse since I have absolutely nothing to do here.
Archon would begin to teleport between timelines until he would reach the neighboring multiverse, which also had 12 universes, but his warriors were a little more powerful.
Finally, some warriors more powerful than the useless Zen. I feel like crushing everything that comes across my front.
Returning to the dimension, Goku and Sung had arrived at a desolate place, in which Sung would begin to warm up to face Goku.
So you're thinking of stretching your muscles a little. In that case, I'll do that too.
Goku would begin to stretch without trusting himself, began remembering the words of Whis. He would access the base state beyond a god. Goku and Sung were in a little battle, so at the moment, Sung's mission would appear in his system. Endure a combat against Son Goku for at least 5 minutes, or you will be punished. Just bear it. It's the first time he's told me since I always have to finish off my other enemies. How strange. Is he as powerful as he claims to be? Sung was the first to attack, so at the moment, he'd begin to grant him several blows, which Goku dodged with incredible ease. Due to the great difference in powers, Sung would use a sword this time, but the serious result completely the same. Damn, my tiredness is starting to show, as I'm not able to move at the same speed as the start of the battle. Is that all? I thought you'd be much more powerful. There's no point fighting with you, as I think I'll increase my power better by training alone. Don't underestimate me, damn it! Sung, with fury, had pounced against him, but the result would be completely the same. Goku, at the moment, with a quick movement, would be able to grant him a slight blow on his neck, which was able to put him out of combat. Meanwhile, at the hero's headquarters, a very powerful warrior of S rank was training very hard, since they had an important mission in a few months, which was to visit an island, where most of their bosses were S rank. On the other hand, in the office where Wu was, checking Sung's file because on 2 occasions he'd been able to survive, while the others who were executed his rank were not able to get out alive.
I'm sure that Sung, he keeps a powerful secret he doesn't want us to find out, but I promise to get to the bottom of this.
In the city, one of the dungeons had been created, but this was of B rank, so even several inmates were called and they were able to close the dungeon successfully. Their sentence will be reduced, but they were accompanied by one of the beings of the office. That guy looks really bad to me. His power is pathetic, but his aura has the blood of thousands of innocent lives. Everyone started to enter the dungeon. Even one of the teachers who had gone as a guide in the double dungeon and lost his arm in a tragic event.
Sung, you've changed so much since that day. You seem like a completely different person. You even look much more powerful than before.
Yeah, it's not much of a teacher. I've just been trying a lot harder. When they reached the inside of the dungeon, they had separated into groups, but after a few minutes, several screams were heard, so they all went in search of the second group and realized how the chief of the condemned had cruelly ended his life. And seconds after ending the life of the professor, Sung was able to stop him with his sword. What's wrong with you, damn it? How'd you manage to end the lives of those 3 people?
In case you didn't know, those 3 people have ended the lives of many more people, and I haven't had the slightest regret, so there's nothing that makes me regret anything.
Goku would get angry, but Sung would ask to fight the guy.
Goku, I want to defeat him. You don't have to get involved.
For me, if you want to fight both together, because even if you join forces, you can never beat a B rank like I am. Both began to clash their fists at incredible speeds, which didn't even seem to have a clear winner. But the warrior with a quick movement was able to cut off Sung's leg, with a technique that was able to disappear his presence completely.
Now you won't be able to do anything anymore, since you don't possess the necessary power to face me, damn worm.
Sun would quickly heal, which left his enemy very amazed.
I never super that warrior possesses healing energy. Now, this is very strange, but it doesn't matter. I'll slice him into pieces.
His enemy would quickly head towards Sung, but to his surprise, the presence of Sung would rise up in an incredible way, being able to observe a powerful warrior in his aura, which had left him in a terrible panic, which Sung took advantage of to end his life once and for all.
Apparently there's scum like you in this top brass.
All the warriors were able to seal that dungeon, so they had reported in the guard that the 3 prisoners attacked at the same time and caught their guardian off guard. However, for Wu, it was much more and more strange.
Yet another dungeon, in which even a rank B loses his life. That rank F seems to be without any scratch.
On the other hand, very far away, Archon was able to take to the next multiverse successfully, but at the moment of entering, he was a little amazed to realize that one of the protectors of the multiverse had an identical appearance to Son Goku.
Are you Son Goku? I thought I'd finished with you in that big explosion.
You're confusing yourself. I've never seen you, but if you have bad intentions in this multiverse, I have no alternative but to end your life.
Why are you into my life? Don't make me laugh.
Archon, being about to release all his power, would be surprised by a powerful blow, in which he, on that occasion, was able to make him fall to the ground with a few wounds.
Ugh, that blow hurt me, but how is it possible that you have all that power? I understand. Just like the existing warriors of the 2 twin universes, that must be that universe. That's why there exists a warrior smaller than that dam.
Archon would recover from the blows, so a great battle would start all over the place. Such a battle had been felt even by the Queen of Everything of that multiverse. What the hell is going on? I can feel the power of Kakarot's fighting against a warrior whose power's not left behind. Archon was able to connect an effective blow to Kakarot's face, making him fall to the ground, being dragged for a few meters. Ugh, it hurt me too much. How's he able to hit me with such power? What is it that you are?
I'm the union of the Super 6 Renegade Gods, and I have finished with the multiverse, the unitless Zeno-sama, and I want to fight with very powerful warriors.
You've destroyed an entire multiverse. I'm not gonna let the same thing happen to this multiverse. So I have to sacrifice my life. I'm gonna end your existence.
You must have an amazing power to be able to stop me, and unfortunately, you don't possess that power.
Kakarot increased his power to the maximum, with which he was able to cause multiple disasters all over the place. That event even surprised the powerful Mikoshin, because Kakarot only used his maximum power when fighting with her. What's going on? I have to go immediately. A warrior who even puts Kakarot in trouble has appeared in our multiverse. Mikoshin, with great speed, would begin to go to the place of the battle. At the moment of arriving, was amazed to realize how 2 gigantic powers were colliding with each other. That's right, the power of Archon didn't lose against the power of the mighty Kakarot. Dragon Divine Destroyer! Kakarot's powerful attack would be sent towards Archon, which would change his gaze a little.
It's time to take this battle seriously, since I have much more multiverses to destroy.
Archon, with his great power, was able to hold the attack of one of his hands, and as if it were something simple, he was able to disintegrate it.
That's the look I wish to put on you, to see your hopes destroyed, and your look changed to despair. I love to see that look on my opponents.
But a great golden-colored light had prostrated itself in front of Archon quickly. I am the queen of everything of this multiverse. We understand each other with powerful subjects. So tell me, what do you want? If you want, you can even live in this multiverse.
It seems like a good idea, but only if I become the king at all, since you're not good for that.
What did you say, you worm? Be thankful I didn't end your life this moment. But to everyone's surprise, Mikoshin was brutally beaten, being sent to fly to a planet, destroying most of the place. While she was trying to stand up, large amounts of blood were coming out of her whole body. How was he able to hit Mikoshin-san with that power? I wasn't able to see anything. As Archon started to approach Mikoshin, Kakarot would try to stop him, but an amazing pressure that did not allow him to move any of his bones.
In a continuous moment with you, I'm not gonna let this stupid one disrespect me.
Archon, as he approached the maximum, increased in an amazing way. But to everyone's surprise, Mikoshin, with his maximum power, was able to stand up, which even left the powerful Archon amazed. I'm not going to give my life for my multiverse without a fight, so if I have to fight until my last breath, I will. Mikoshin would throw a powerful blow at Archon's face, but at the moment of making contact, all the bones of his arms were shattered, because Archon's resistance was incredible. Even his skin seemed the most resistant steel of all the multiverse.
You have great courage. That's not enough to beat me. You're really not qualified to be a queen at all. I don't know how the hell they chose you.
Archon, without wasting the time of a few blows, was able to humiliate Mikoshin, while Kakarot did absolutely everything possible to free himself from the pressure. But Archon's words completely finished him.
Don't try hard. I know you think you can break the pressure like Mikoshin did, but it'll only use 20% of my power, unlike yours, which used 60%, so it's practically impossible to free yourself.
I'm sorry, Kakarot. He wasn't able to protect this whole multiverse. I hope we can meet again in the other world. Archon would throw a great attack at it, which had reduced the powerful queen of everything of that multiverse to mere atoms.
On the other hand, this crazy mug was right. I think I'll stay as the king of the whole in this multiverse to raise my battle power much more.
The pressure was about to end Kakarot's life, so Archon would make her disappear. But Kakarot, despite the fact that his power had greatly declined, launched the attack out of the fury of seeing the queen die completely in front of his eyes.
I swear I'll kill you. I swear! One more worm that wants to die. I'll send you to the other world knowing that your old multiverse will become a hell.
Archon was able to carbonize Kakarot with his simple aura, just as he had done with Daishinkan. Meanwhile, Goku was very thoughtful. How can I raise my power more effectively? Daishinkan and Zeno-sama had trusted me like all my other friends. I can't let them down.
Goku, how about we start getting involved in higher level dungeons, so we'll be able to increase our battle level much more.
You're right, but since I'm not able to feel the power of those bosses, I'll just follow you. Both warriors began to enter multiple dungeons, being able to defeat several bosses which were very powerful, beginning to be recognized throughout Japan.
I'll have to talk to Sung, as he has started to acquire some good fame, and this may be catastrophic for the Heroes Guild.
Wu was able to observe Sung walking with a very peculiar warrior, but without taking it into account, he would speak.
I've been able to notice that your powers drastically increased since you were able to survive the double dungeon. Is this a second awakening?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still the same.
Don't the Hero Guild want to join? We promised to pay them well and offer them A-ranked dungeons.
No thanks, we're on our own. And we're not looking for C-ranked dungeons, we're looking for S-ranked dungeons.
I've not asked for your opinion. For that simple lack of respect, I'll give you a beating.
The secretary of the A-rank guild would start awarding several blows to Goku, but in his surprise, none of his blows were able to reach him. But upon observing Goku's cold gaze, he would fall to his knees.
This is incredible fear that I feel. Even with the S-rank bosses, I didn't feel this fear. It's something amazing. I'm sorry that I'll die.
You better leave, since I don't plan to give you another chance again. Wu would leave while Goku and Sung were both in front of a dungeon, which was said to say that it was of a special level. So at the time of entering that place, meanwhile in the Tower of Heroes, the general named Choi was talking about the mysterious island, in which even the most powerful heroes of S-rank were defeated, including Choi.
Damn! After so many months, I still remember that damn day. We weren't able to do anything against it. What secrets does that island hide? I appreciate your dedication to be on a mission, and I trust that this occasion will be very different. We've trained with a lot of enthusiasm in recent months. That's right, my lord. This time we'll return with the victory.
Meanwhile, Goku and Sung, at the moment of arriving to a dungeon, Sung was surprised because he was able to return to the same place where everything would start for him. That's right, all the statues were found again, while the largest statue would form a huge smile all over his place.
Apparently, you've been able to become very powerful. This is amazing. Do you like our system?
Damn, how did we get to this place? I'm sure this wasn't the path to the dungeon we were headed.
You are correct, but we wanted to meet your new friend. Since his power is not at all common, he's even able to defeat infernal beings and overcome the S-rank with ease. So I want him to explain to me where he comes from and what he is, why he is not human.
So apparently this was a trap, but I have nothing to hide from a piece of stone that's not capable of doing absolutely anything to me.
Watch your words. Because my power is so great, I'm able to turn you into simple minced meat from just one of my movements.
I want to see that, since you're not able to emanate any bit of my energy. The statue, despite its size, had moved at a great speed, granting a blow to Goku. But to his surprise, Goku, despite being hundreds of times smaller, was able to stop the blow with only one of his hands. Such a big size, but despite that, your strength's not a big deal. You've nothing to offer.
Don't want to be too smart, because in my possession I have the ability to summon Antares, one of the Infernals and the King of Dragons. You wouldn't be able to do anything against him.
Apparently you're not understanding me. Nothing, and no one in this world is capable of facing me, since his power is extremely low.
Apparently you are very confident. In that case, I want to see that you are capable. Antares, King of the Dragons and leader of the Infernals, appears.
Of a large red portal, his power that was even capable of ending thousands of S ranks in a single movement, it was possible to observe an imposing warrior that began to leave the portal. While even his appearance was capable of intimidating any warrior, but with Goku, the same did not happen.
I have been summoned. That means that the power of this guy is something great.
That warrior, without warning, was able to connect a powerful blow to Goku's stomach, which, in a long time, had not suffered even the slightest damage. That hurt me a little. Really, what he said. It's true, no matter what power I possess, if I trust myself, my body becomes extremely fragile. Goku, to give a better battle to his opponent, would begin to raise his power to the powerful Super Saiyan Phase 2, which distorted the entire place where they were. The King of the Demons, Antares, was able to grant the first cash to Goku, so Goku in Super Saiyan Phase 2 would begin to exchange multiple blows, which on this occasion Sung was not able to see absolutely anything, since the difference in powers was overwhelming. That's right, the simple pressure was not able to make Sung move freely, so the statue instantly would throw a powerful energy attack from his eyes, but Goku, like a flash, was able to move in front of Sung. I won't allow anyone to get hurt in this world. I wasn't able to protect my multiverse, so in this world I intend to be the protector. Goku, with only one of his hands, was able to deflect the great power. Goku, with a great determination, would stare at Sung. I don't want you to get hurt, but I don't want you to worry about me. I'm capable of ending these wretches, but I can't fight if I have to protect you. No, Goku, I can defend myself. Fight with total freedom. I assure you that nothing will happen to me. No, Sung, you better get out of this place. Goku, by raising his power a little, was able to open a portal in a very distant place from that dungeon, so with a slight attack of compressed air, he was able to get Sung to enter the portal, which would close quickly. Now, if I could fight with all my power, without anyone getting hurt, these will be some excellent workouts to be able to push my body to the limit.
Don't think I'm easy to deal with. It was better that between the two of you fight against me, since you won't be able to do anything against me.
I agree with you. Now, with the power I possess, I won't be able to do anything against you. But what do you think about this power here? Goku would change his hair color to a red one, but not only the color of his hair changed, as the pressure emanating from all over the place was amazing. So much so that Antares was forced to prostrate one knee so as not to fall completely to the ground.
Damn it, what is that pressure? Not even the other kings possess this pressure. Who the hell is this warrior?
What's going on? Are you not able to stand up with that simple pressure? And this is not all, since I still have 2 more transformations.
Apparently, I have to use all my power. After hundreds of years, a worthy opponent has arrived.
Antares would begin to expel all his power, with which he released little after level, to much more of an astonishment to try to intimidate his opponent a little. However, all that power was nothing compared to the power that Archon, the destroyer of the Son Goku multiverse, released, since that if he was a powerful warrior capable of even intimidating warriors at the level of a king completely. I have to be able to become much more powerful. In this place, there are no powerful warriors to whom I'm able to become more powerful. Goku would be taken out of his thoughts instantly because in front of him, a gigantic explosion was generated, which even made the whole outside rumble. So the hero's headquarters was put on alert, calling one of the most powerful heroines, and above all, she was able to finish off S-rank monsters despite being a woman. Apparently a damn monster of S-rank, or even an S-rank advanced, has appeared. I, as one of the most powerful women in the HQ, I have to be able to annihilate it. That beautiful woman would begin to enlist everything to go in search of that dungeon, which even her power was capable of being felt to the outside. Meanwhile, Sung was very worried because in the same way he had felt all that incredible trembling. Damn it, even if Goku's very powerful, he won't be able to beat that warrior. His power is on another level. But was surprised when on the horizon a big explosion would be created, although it was really the body of Antares, which due to the big explosion by Goku had created a big crater all over the place. That explosion caught the attention of all the other heroes, who went to the place just like Sung, but to their surprise they were able to observe a warrior standing up after that big blow. This is amazing! That guy must not be an S rank, since even an S rank would have been exterminated by that explosion.
I agree with you. That stamina possessed by the warrior is amazing. But who was the monster that sent this warrior flying with such power?
Instantly in front of everyone, a reddish-haired warrior stood in front of everyone, which Sung would immediately recognize since Goku had that transformation to confront him. So, you really held back in our combat, since that guy's power surpasses me by 100 times, and you with your transformation are able to cope with it.
This is impossible. As the wretch of Sung, he was able to ally with himself someone as powerful as he is. If the system continues on his side, he'll be a danger even for the monarchs. No, damn it. I'm the king of demons, one of the most dangerous monarchs. This can't be happening to me against a simple human.
Apparently you understand nothing. You've never had a chance against me, because your power is pathetic compared to all my power. Antares, with a great anger, would throw himself against Son Goku, who began to exchange multiple blows. But despite using all his power, he wasn't able to grant him any exchange of blows. On the part of the heroes, they were able to not see anything happen. Even the most powerful hero was able to see a few flashes, but he wouldn't be able to withstand any single blow from either subject.
I can't believe the power these two warriors emanate. I feel like their simple pressure is capable of crushing us.
That's right, while the battle was getting longer, the colliding pressures of both subjects increased, which, even for the heroes, it was difficult to stand, let alone the normal inhabitants. Goku had realized this, so with a big blow, he was able to send Antares flying several meters, being dragged, and at the moment, he would stretch out both hands, creating a powerful energy field, being able to warriors all over the people who had no difficulty in observing that great combat. Goku's my partner, and yet I'm not able to assimilate the power he possesses. How much power is he hiding? Who was the warrior who was able to destroy his entire multiverse? Antares, I think it's your name. I've already got bored of playing with you. I've tried to master and assimilate the power of a Saiyan God completely, but you're no help.
Damn worm. You mean to tell me that you only have been using me? I won't allow you to mock a monarch of the underworld, you worm!
Antares would begin to collect too much energy in his whole body, with which even the extortions all over the place were created. But from Goku's point of view, the power that the warrior was not able to be enough to help him raise much more power. So Goku, at an incredible speed, was able to be a few centimeters away, and as if he were a wild animal, his hand would enter Antares' body, so he would take out his heart. Antares' power would get out of control.
It was a terrible decision, human. With my uncontrolled energy, I'll cause a huge explosion of all my power. And nothing, and no one will be able to survive to 100 kilometers.
These present who heard that saying by the monster began to flee uncontrollably. However, the Guild of Heroes was still in the same place. If that's what he said is true, even if we used the high-speed airplanes, we would never be able to get away so fast from this explosion. Even the crashed slingshot would be able to shoot us down. But everyone was surprised when they heard the laughter of that warrior. Oh, don't make me laugh. Only 100 kilometers? I thought you'd be able to destroy this whole planet.
You're giving me to understand that you're able to withstand that explosion. You're a liar. No one's able to withstand an explosion from a monarch.
That happens because they don't know me yet. But I'm able to withstand this explosion. He even has much more powerful explosions.
You have great guts to be on the verge of death, and I'm sure you won't be able to withstand my explosion.
Sir, what do you think's going to happen? Will we try to run away, or will we stay in this place?
Just as you said, if we run away, no matter how fast we do it, we'll be overtaken one way or another. But the attitude of that warrior amazes me.
The power of Antares would rise suddenly, and at the moment a gigantic explosion would be present all over the place. That big explosion was reaching all the other heroes, but Goku, with just stretching out one of his hands, was able to evaporate everything around him, which left all the other heroes surprised, even Sung.
If I hadn't seen this with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. A warrior who's able to possess all this power. It's amazing.
That great explosion would last for about 2 minutes, in which no warrior could be observed. But among all the flames of that explosion, he was able to visualize a victorious warrior with several of his clothes torn.
Ugh, but I did raise the dust of that useless good-for-nothing. I'll have to use another of my suits. Luckily, Daishinkan left me several of the same.
The heroes at the moment of approaching Goku weren't able to see anything, since Goku at an amazing speed would disappear from the place along with Sung, who, when they arrived a slightly quieter place, began to talk.
Hey, I thought we were friends. Why'd you hold back when you fought me? I'm sorry, but I thought you'd be more powerful and I didn't want to be caught off guard. I'm really sorry. Yeah, that hurt.
But I promise I'll become very powerful to be able to give you a good battle, and even help beat that guy who destroyed your multiverse.
Speaking of which, I think I'll leave several weeks or even months since I have to become much more powerful. I have to be able to end that guy.
Sure thing, Goku. I understand your point of view, but remember that you'll always be welcome in my home. And where are you planning to go?
As far as I was able to realize in this place, there are also more planets, so I plan to exploit this whole universe in search of warriors of great powers. I have to be prepared.
I understand, Goku. Hope you're going to do well in your new training, and I'll be waiting for you when you come back for another combat.
Of course. Then I'm leaving. Take care of yourself.
Goku, with his great speed, would leave the place, traveling all over the universe in search of a warrior powerful enough to help him increase his power. Meanwhile, in the multiverse that was once of Mikoshin, one could observe Archon, who was very thoughtful on the throne of the Queen of the Whole.
Where the hell did that saying go? I don't have to leave him alive, since even one of those who reach the fusion is a Saiyan, and I know that the level they're capable of is reaching, as long as they have their revenge.
Archon would immediately be taken out of his thoughts from a powerful attack, which had been thrown from his blind spot. However, Archon, possessing the reflections of 6 super gods, was able to dodge it at the last moment.
Who are you? Do you want to die? Don't you know who I am? We're the most powerful warriors of the 2 most powerful multiverse. We understand that you'll be able to destroy 2 multiverses, take down their rulers, so we've been given the mission to get your head. I appreciate the information. I didn't know there were more multiverses, and above all, that they were the most powerful. It'll be ideal to destroy them completely. Don't say stupid things. Today will be the day of your death, so you won't be able to do anything against us. I want them to prove that to me, because every warrior who's prostrated himself before me has told me the same thing, and they haven't been able to defeat me. We're the unbeatable duo of the 5 multiverses. Even among the kings at all, we were respected, since no being was able to face us when we fought together.
Frank and Okama lunged at Archon both at the same time, but to the surprise of both of them, Archon with one of his hands was able to hold Frank's fist, and with his tail he was able to grab Okama by the neck. And with great power, he was able to make them crash to the ground, causing a huge explosion.
I can see that they have incredible power, but being a duo which has never had too many battles, they don't know how to fight. For that reason, they'll die. Damn it! How's he able to read our every move? Heavenly Destroyer!
An incredible pressure in the form of a dragon was heading towards Archon, but Archon, with raising his aura to the maximum, was able to pulverize that fire attack in the form of a dragon, which would leave both gods surprised.
He was able to disintegrate my powerful Heavenly Destroyer attack. We're really facing a monster. I agree with you, mate. Your attack was the necessary power to destroy 1 multiverse in its entirety, and this warrior's been able to disintegrate it without any difficulty. I hope that's not all his power, because this time I want to have a lot more fun than last time. I have time without stretching my muscles completely.
The 3 warriors began to exchange blows. At the beginning of the battle, Archon was being overcome, reaching several blows, which would cause him great pain. The duo, with a great blow, was able to send Archon to fly to a planet, destroying it completely. Archon would recover from the blow in one of the asteroids that were in outer space.
Ugh, the hits of those 2 hurt too much. I really have to use the Spirit Devourer.
Archon over the place would spread a great dark power, without his enemies noticing, which even began to rob them of their energy little by little. But being minimal, they didn't want to notice immediately. Archon, the more the battle went on, began to take the advantage, being able to grant critical blows to both warriors, which even felt like their power decreased.
Damn, my power is at 65% of my full capacity. I don't know what's going on. And in every exchange of blows, I feel his pressure increase.
Damn, my power has decided to 54%. I feel like a strange energy devours my whole essence completely.
After you all die, it'll not matter anymore that I hide them from you. However confident, you will die, as I've been able to activate my spiritual rapture technique. Damn, for that reason our powers have started to decrease considerably.
A great attack was able to evaporate all the negative energy, but it was already too late, since Archon, as if it were a lightning bolt, would prostrate himself in front of both gods, connecting them with hundreds of blows which didn't cause great damage superficially, but inside his body the energy veins were completely destroyed.
It's time to finish with the two good-for-nothing bastards. But don't worry, because very soon I'll send your rulers to keep you company.
Archon would throw a powerful attack against both warriors, which, with all the power they had left, responded equally to that great attack. But the difference in powers were overwhelming, since Archon's attack would quickly take the advantage against the duo of the gods, which, upon receiving such a powerful attack, were completely disintegrated, but Archon would still fall to the ground vomiting large amounts of blood.
Ugh, the power I absorbed in this battle was too much. I feel like my body's reached its limit. The power of these worms were really great.
Archon would leave to one of the rooms of the palace, in which he would begin to meditate to control all the power he had stolen, trying to assimilate it with his own power while both rulers of the whole had observed everything that happened. Both kings of the whole were very thoughtful, since that warrior was able to defeat the destructive duo, which had never known defeat.
This is bad. The power of our warriors was almost compared to our power, and if both of them fought together, they were able to put us in big trouble.
I agree with you. That guy's power seems to not be fall on the levels of the laws of power, since he's able to overcome his power if he were able to do something simple.
We'll have to look for reinforcements when, because if you and I face that guy, we'll be eliminated just as Mikoshin and Zeno have died at his hands.
Meanwhile, in the infinite space of another multiverse, Goku continued with his exhaustive search to be able to find the powerful warrior, being in vain since he wasn't able to find any warrior capable of withstanding a single one of his blows to his maximum power. So Goku would arrive at the planet.
If I'm not able to find a powerful warrior, I won't be able to become more powerful, and I have to avenge my multiverse.
But all over that space, the silhouette of the great priest Daishinkan would form.
Mr. Goku, I knew that a moment like this would come, so I have left a little of my essence to be able to give you the following indications.
But Daishinkan, how's it possible you're in this multiverse? You gave your life for me. I can't forgive myself.
Don't worry, Mr. Goku. I'm sure you'll be able to make us come back. But this is the only divine essence, so I don't have that much time.
Daishinkan-sama, my powers become stagnant. I can't find any powerful beings to help me increase my power.
Mr. Goku, I've given him the divine knowledge, every secret, every rumor, absolutely everything about how you can break each of your limiters, so you don't need any training partner.
Are you sure about what you're telling me, Daishinkan? We Saiyans need battles to the death to be able to increase our powers more effectively.
Mr. Goku, you're our only hope. I wouldn't lie to you, but from now on, it's a matter of how you use the knowledge I've granted you to surpass your limits.
Daishinkan's essence would vanish all over that universe in a great golden light, and instantly hundreds of golden particles quickly spread all over the place, entering Goku's body, so he had even received a small part of the priest's power.
I swear I'll bring them back to life one more time. Those renegade gods will repent. I'll give them a punishment worse than death.
Goku was able to enter the deepest part of his mind, so he was able to realize all the knowledge that the great priest had granted him. That's right, Goku was able to discover every secret, so that the Saiyan race is able to rise to the top of all the other warriors. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, Sung, in the same way, would continue with his great training and finishing with bosses of multiple dungeons, to be able to overcome his limits and grant a great battle to Son Goku.
I have to become much stronger. I need that elixir to help my father, and I also need an amazing power to fight on par with Goku.
Instantly in front of Sung, a key would appear, hinting that it was the mission of a powerful dungeon. As were there, the dungeons were hidden from all the other warriors, and only those chosen by the system were able to have access. This dungeon must possess a very powerful boss, but I have to learn to defeat even death, and punish my body to be hit to the limit. Sung would enter the dungeon, so at the moment, several soldiers appeared, but the hardness of their armor was of another level, so Sung would have a hard time beating these warriors despite having a much more resistant physique, but with a little difficulty he was able to beat each one of them.
Ugh, if those were the simple soldiers, I can't believe the power the boss must have, but I have faith that I can defeat him.
Sung would enter, so at the moment of entering, a large throne could be observed, and at the moment a powerful warrior, which even his name was in red. That's right, Sung had in front of him the powerful commander Igris. So Sung, without thinking twice, had launched himself against him, but the difference of powers was abysmal, since the commander was able to grant him several effective blows, while Sung wasn't able to do anything. I'm sure that my physical strength must have increased exponentially, so I plan to use my fist to finish off this warrior. But the commander, being honorable, would still leave all his weapons, so he'd planned to finish it with his simple hands.
Don't underestimate me.
Sung was about to pounce. He was surprised by a powerful blow to his stomach, which had caused him incredible pain. Sung, he would recover from the blow hardly, while Igris would stare at him. This wretch has an amazing power. If I get more goals with that power, then I'll surely die. I'll have to be able to beat him in the next few minutes. Sung would be taken out of his thoughts because the commander would begin to bring Sung down. With hundreds of blows, which Sung this time wasn't able to do anything, Sung would be thrown with a great blow to the throne that was in the place. Will this be the end of me? Won't I be able to save my mother? Can't I have a rematch with my friend Goku?
No, I'm not allowed to lose.
The commander would brandish his sword, so he would try to end Sung's life. However, Sung with great armor was able to resist that powerful sword, and at the moment, Sung with great anger was able to summon his dagger. So at the moment, he was able to stick half of his dagger in the face of Igris, and Sung, without stopping, lashed out, making him able to collide with the wall of the place. While Igris was trying to defend himself, it'd be impossible for him, since he had underestimated his enemy. Sung, as if he were a beast, would lash out several times against Commander Igris. So far, he stopped moving completely, and Sung's power would begin to grow in a precipitous way. That's right, his reward for finishing with Commander Igris had been amazing. He had even received the Necromancer god ability, being able to summon an army of undead. Sung would approach Igris, but when he was about to resurrect him, several warriors appeared, so they started attacking Sung. Right now I can't fight with freedom. My tiredness is reaching the max. I'll have to use Teleportation Stone. Sung, when trying to use the Teleportation Stone, had received a blow, so he'd be thrown to the ground, but the instant he was about to be sliced into two, the system itself would teleport him to the punishment zone, not fulfilling his daily mission. For the first time, I'm grateful to be sent to the punishment zone. Several giant centipedes began to attack him, but for Sung, this wasn't anything, because his power had grown in an incredible way. So a few simple centipedes weren't able to achieve anything against him, and after 4 hours that Sung's punishment lasted, he'd return being able to realize as the warriors had no life. That's right, they were summoned by magicians, so Sung would quickly begin to finish with each of the magicians. Meanwhile, outside the Heroes Guild, they found it very thoughtful, knowing that such a powerful warrior was loose on the planet.
We shouldn't worry about him, since that warrior's been able to save us, and that speaks well for him.
I know, my lord, but we can't be so sure that it always be like this. I'm sure that warrior's capable of beating thousands of S-rank bosses without any effort.
I'm sure that warrior's the one who accompanied with Sung. I can't be wrong, since his appearance was only identical, with the color of his hair being different.
All this would go through Wu's mind, going back to Sung. This one had been able to wipe out all the mages, so he would approach all the fallen warriors. I'll try my new acquainted power. Resurrection! Serve me and follow me! All the warriors would stand up, making a bow towards their king. That's right, at this moment Sung was considered the king of necromancers, so he'd approach towards Commander Igris. If I can resurrect Igris, that'd be great help.
for the great battle that's coming all over this place, since the war against that warrior is very dangerous. Sung would try to bring Ygritte to life, failing the first two occasions. However, in the third attempt, he was able to bring to life the powerful commander Ygritte, who would be in charge of leading all the troops of Sung. We're ready. I'm waiting for the day to face you again, Goku. Meanwhile, Goku had been meditating for about 3 months, in which his power had risen in a great way. However, at the moment of opening his eyes, a gigantic power would be perceived by the entire multiverse. Even the power would be so great that he'd been able to break the barriers between multiverses. So both kings were able to feel that very powerful essence except for Archon, who was receiving each of his wounds in a special room.
That power could be felt. It's gigantic power. Where's it located?
Apparently, it's the multiverse, which never received a ruler because the power level was too weak, and no one wanted to take over.
We have to go immediately, because that warrior, he may possess the power we need to face this miserable guy.
Both rulers began to move to that multiverse. However, the closer they got, the pressure was much stronger, so that several of their bones were completely destroyed due to the simple pressure that Goku's power generated.
Who's that? I feel his power is capable of destroying several of my bones, and that shouldn't be possible. I'm the ruler of the whole. Apparently, the warrior we're going to possesses a vast power, with which he is capable of making us even the most powerful rulers tremble.
When they arrived, however, they were able to observe how a warrior expelled an amazing power. However, he didn't cause any disaster around the place, which left both rulers amazed.
This is amazing. He's able to master Absolute Control Zero, a technique that's only able to make the pressure drop on similar beings of the similar level of his. For that reason, this pathetic multiverse doesn't suffer any damage.
Goku was able to channel all his power, but his body needed an evolution. So Goku was able to access his most primitive form of the Ozarus. That's right, but Goku, having all the required knowledge, had been able to adapt to the form of Super Saiyan 4 so as not to have to transform into an Ozaru completely. And at the moment of completing his transformation, the powerful warrior could be observed with a silver fur all over his body, which made him look like an angelic being. Goku, at the moment of a quick movement, was able to bow down beneath both gods, making him a much bigger pressure drop, which on this occasion was able to make them kiss the ground.
Dang it, what's going on? Was it the power he was releasing all his power? I can't believe the power this warrior possesses. Who are you guys? I can see that they have the power of a king running through their veins. Do they want to conquer this multiverse?
Of course not. We're looking for allies to be able to take down that guy who was able to take down 2 complete multiverses, Mikoshin and Xenos, although you may not recognize the names not having left your multiverse. The power of Goku on this occasion would shoot up in an incredible way. That's right, the power that Goku had released was even able to shake the entire planet Earth. From the planet, one could observe in space a gigantic Ozaru of an imposing silver color.
Goku's power has risen in a great way. Even though he's trained with a lot of enthusiasm, I doubt I'll be able to cope with that gigantic power. My lord, a giant monkey's formed all over the sky of planet Earth, while great pressure begins to fall on the entire planet Earth.
In outer space, Goku's power seemed to have no limits. That's right, Goku remembered how all his friends in Multiverse were destroyed by Archon, and when he found out that he had already been destroyed in another multiverse, his anger was evident.
Archon, I swear I won't forgive you to finishing that multiverse of my friend Zeno-sama, and much less with other multiverses. I want your head.
Both rulers realized that the war they had in front of him was the last survival of the multiverse of Zeno-sama.
Please, reduce your pressure. We're about to die. Even being kings at all, we're not able to assimilate the pressure that you've been able to release.
Goku would control himself by reducing his pressure to the lowest level he could, so that both rulers were able to move with tranquility.
Apparently you're the kings of the whole of the 2 multiverses.
How do you know all that?
The great priest Daishinkan's given me the necessary knowledge to be able to overcome all my limits, as well as all the knowledge about the multiverses.
Understand. That's why your power is so great. You've been able to unleash all the potential that the Saiyan race possesses, and its power is never ceasing to grow. You've harnessed it.
You're absolutely right, and all this power has been achieved in order to finish off Archon. I don't want you guys to get in my way.
That's impossible.
Even if you're very powerful, we have to attack in a group, since even the most powerful warriors of our multiverse were defeated. I said no. I don't mind leaving my life on the battlefield, but I plan to take that wretch to the other world along with me. Meanwhile, in the Bouken multiverse, Archon would come out of that dimension, realizing how much more tense the air was.
What a weird feeling. Could it be that the battle that I had against these two insects? My power's amazing. Even after months, you could still feel my essence.
Archon was confident because he'd been able to assimilate the powers of both warriors completely, so he was ready to end both kings completely.
It's time to end all the rulers of these multiverses. I don't want there to be any being of divine energy. I want to be the only ruler of the 4 multiverses.
Meanwhile, Goku would return to planet Earth encountering Sung. Sung, how long has it been since I saw you? Apparently you've become very powerful.
Thanks, but even though I tried my best, I won't be able to give you a big battle as your power has risen impressively.
Sung, it's time. I have to face the warrior that ended my multiverse. But before I go, I want you to become much more powerful so that you're able to protect this entire planet. Goku, please, let me help you. I promised I would fight with you by your side. I want to be of help to you. I've just been a hindrance. Goku would move closer to Sung. You were never a hindrance. I remember the day that we met in that dungeon. I didn't think that I could make friends again. And because you're my friend, I don't want anything to happen to you, since the battle that broke out is of an atomic level.
I understand, Goku, and I'm sorry for being so weak and not being able to help you avenge your multiverse.
Don't worry, this battle will be mine. And in order for you to be able to protect this entire planet, I'll grant you 2% of all my power. Goku would grant him 2% of his power, so Sung's body would suffer great damage. It's an amazing power. Goku would leave, starting to release his power to open multiple dimensions and reach the Bouken multiverse. Goku, along with both kings of the whole, began to cross the portal to the ancient multiverse of Zeno-sama. However, Sung, having trained with Son Goku, was able to move through the portal with his shadow element, not being perceived by anyone. Meanwhile, in the river of the whole, Archon was meditating, but in front of it a large portal would be formed, so Archon would stand up, but he was extremely relaxed.
Even if I don't look at them, you guys are looking for their death. How many worms do I have to beat today?
But I was surprised to realize how the Saiyan, who had been able to escape, released an amazing power. So much was the power that multiplied dimensional cracks opened all over the place. So at the moment, Goku, with a great look and without a word, had launched himself against Archon. However, Sung, before the portal closes, was able to cross it and falling into a part of the kingdom of the whole that was a little destroyed. This is amazing. I'm not even able to move easily, so this was the warrior I finished with Goku's whole family. Sung was trying to observe something, but he wasn't able to follow his footsteps because they were extremely fast. But he was surprised when he realized how one of the warriors had fallen short, destroying a planet in its entirety, and after a few seconds, he was able to realize that it was Goku, which expelled large amounts of blood. Ah! That hurt me too, damn worm! You better be prepared to die, you miserable! But at the moment, both multiversal kings in the same way launched themselves against Archon. However, all the efforts that were made were in vain, since the difference in powers was incredible. Archon was releasing 90% of all his power, was able to bend them at their entirety. The two kings at all, no matter what they tried to do, they weren't able to do anything against the powerful destroyer. But a gigantic aura would grow all over the place. So at the moment, in the same way, thousands of rays could be observed all over the place, and Goku was starting to approach in an imposing way. Let them go! This is a battle between only you and me. No one else should get hurt, so let them go. Archon, with hundreds of energy arrows, had been able to end the life of both kings completely, which left Sung surprised, while Goku's anger began to increase in an incredible way.
Damn worm, you're not in a position to decide who lives and who dies, since all of you will die in this very place.
Both began to exchange millions of blows all over the place. That's right, but in each exchange of blows, Goku was hurt in an incredible way. So no matter how much his power increased, Goku's internal system began to be compromised because his body was not able to withstand all the excess energy. Goku would fall to the ground again, but this time his whole body began to expel more blood than normal. I can't believe that monsters ended the lives of two of the most powerful beings. Even Son Goku's not able to do anything. Sung would try to get closer, but an energy field all over the place would not allow it. At the moment, Archon would begin to give a beating to Goku. That's right, Archon's power had grown in an incredible way after absorbing both gods sent by the kings of the All. And the current he powers possessed did not compare to the power he possessed before. And thanks to this great power, he was able to start destroying the three-dimensional barrier that existed between the other minor multiverses, which did not possess any king at all. For each blow that Archon he gave to Goku, the cracks were much bigger. Until a certain point, Goku would be sent to a planet falling with great power. But that multiverse was Sung's, so Goku would notice. Damn, I'm sorry if I'm not able to protect you, but I promise I'll use 100% of all my power to be able to do something for each of you. However, from all of Goku's body, an extremely incredible power is becoming present. That's right, all the essence of the Zeno-sama multiverse lived in itself, without even Goku noticing this power. So from all over the universe, a powerful lightning giant would become present, which left all the warriors on planet Earth of that multiverse amazed, as well as Archon and Goku.
Son Goku, you are the hope of our entire multiverse. So get up once again, and we will grant you all our remaining power, while we also stop this worm.
The powerful giant, wrapped in hundreds of lightning bolts, had rushed against Archon. So Archon, with his great confidence, would dodge the powerful attack, but from all the universe, a big fist would come down. Although his speed was not much, the condensed power was overwhelming.
Damn, that was incredible power. But don't think that I'll let myself get hit from all that attack.
Archon, with his great speed, would try to escape. However, that giant was able to restrict Archon's speed, so the instant the fist collided, thousands of planets of all those universes would be destroyed. While this was happening, an incredible power was merging with all the essence of Goku. That's right, Goku's power was starting to increase again. So Goku, with thousands of wounds all over his body, would stand up. I'm not allowed to lose. This battle's win or die. And unfortunately for you, I don't plan to die alone. Because if I die, you'll do it with me. Goku, with a great scream, would access the Celestial Super Saiyan again, with all his fur changing to a golden color, and instantly would generate a gigantic explosion all over the place. While Archon had suffered a great damage by the giant, but the damage received, despite being of gravity, was not able to end his life.
Duh, that hurt me too much. But I won't forgive you, because it's all your damn fault. So I'll finish you.
Archon would begin to make the power travel all over his body, with the intention of healing each of his wounds. However, Goku would immediately begin to approach Archon, with great confidence, noticing that he would leave Archon surprised. Don't worry, take all the time you need. Anyway, today will be the day of your death. Meanwhile, with Sung, he was also in part of space. He was also lucky enough to receive a few non-serious wounds. So with the help of the system, he was able to heal each of his wounds. That was close, but I can't believe all the power that Goku's been able to get. This will be the final battle.
This is strange. I don't have the necessary power to end his life, but I have a very bad feeling I don't like his confidence at all. I have to do something.
Archon was able to heal each of his wounds, so he would also approach Goku. So both warriors, when facing each other, began with their great battle. This time, the battle would not have a clear winner, because each warrior was able to grant each other powerful blows, which had the power to wipe out an entire planet. This is amazing. Although I'm not able to see anything, I'm sure that Son Goku's even, since he hadn't fallen on any occasion. But a warrior had been sent to fly to the surface of the planet, causing a big rumble all over the place. But Sung's smile would be drawn on his face, realizing that that was Archon. While on the other hand, Archon was furious for not having fallen to a simple Saiyan, But something was different. That was Goku did not fight on his own, like the one towards Archon, because Goku carried all the power of his multiverse inside him. Get up! I want to keep fighting. I want to finish you until you have the right to earn death, because I just want to humiliate you. Furious, Archon would release all his remaining power, causing hundreds of catastrophes all over the place, even being able to destroy much more planet, and as if they were attacks, 4 powerful spheres of energy would be expelled from his entire body. But what really was the pressure that was simply given off, so a powerful explosion, Archon, would be observed, which physically had not changed in the slightest, but the power he gave off was of complete madness.
I hope this time you're prepared to die.
Before Goku's able to say anything, Archon had pounced against him, being able to grant a powerful blow to Goku all over his face, sending him flying to a planet, destroying it in its entirety. However, Archon's onslaught would not end there, because at that moment, Archon, without letting Goku recover, as if it were a flash, had granted him a strong kick, sending him to a planet. Being dragged for thousands of kilometers, while Archon, on top of the planet, he channeled a lot of his power.
Receive this! Arrows of divine punishment!
Thousands of golden arrows were approaching Goku's body, so at the moment of impact, hundreds of explosions began to be observed all over the place. So, Sung's gaze would reflect an incredible terror.
I don't know if I have enough power to deal with this damn worm, but right now, I'm thinking of giving up even my life to protect this multiverse.
Sung instantly would summon the entire army of the dead, so thousands of souls had rushed against Archon. However, for Archon, it wasn't anything, because at that moment, Archon, with releasing a little of his power, was able to destroy each of the warriors of the Beyond.
That's interesting. Apparently there's a warrior who has the guts to stand up to me. What fun.
Archon, from a tiny blow of air, was able to make him vomit huge amounts of blood, so his laughter would be heard all over the universe.
Damn, I'm still a useless good-for-nothing. I'm not able to protect even my dear universe. I admire the determination you possess, but you don't possess the power to even entertain me. So I'll finish you, you miserable scum.
Archon would throw a tiny attack, but to everyone's surprise, Goku would appear in front of Sung with a big smile.
You didn't have to intervene, Sung, since this miserable worm doesn't possess the required power to face me.
Archon was surprised, but Goku, with much higher speed than Archon used, was able to grant him a precise blow in the stomach, making him fall to a planet while expelling large amounts of blood.
Damn it! How are you able to survive that powerful attack? This can't be true, as the condensed power in each energy arrow is incredible.
Just as you're surprised I was, of the power I possess now, since now you'll not be able to do anything against me.
Damn worm, don't say stupid things, since you can't do anything against me.
Archon, with all his determination, would stand up. However, the blow that Goku had given him would begin to cause great internal damage, so his speed had decreased considerably, which Goku would take advantage of to grant him hundreds of blows all over his body, while Sung watched the entire battle with disbelief.
I really don't know who you are, Son Goku. I don't know how you're able to become more and more powerful. It leaves me surprised more and more.
But in the same way, Goku's whole body would expel a mouthful of blood, so a few tears would fall from his eyes.
Apparently, despite having died, you're still taking care of me and helping me.
So Goku would return to watch his back. Although nothing could be observed with the naked eye, Goku was able to see how all his friends and family were the shield of his body. The shield that allowed him to take his body to the limit, being able to withstand all those amounts of energy.
No! I'm the super fusion of the Renegade Gods! No multiversal king was able to do something against me. I'll not let a simple monkey like you be able to end my dreams.
Archon, despite having hundreds of wounds all over his body, would stand up once again. But the harder he tried, even his bones were destroyed by the incredible effort he was making. And while Goku gave him a beating, Archon's pride began to plummet, as did his life expectancy, since the combative intention had reduced to the minimum. So he was no longer able to stay on the battlefield. Goku's amazing. I can't believe he was able to take down that monster.
Like Sung, the whole planet Earth was amazed, because it was amazing that a warrior was able to surpass the heroes of that planet. Even the heroes remained as simple ants in front of those powerful warriors.
It's time to finish you. Do you have any last words?
It doesn't matter that you're able to end the life. You don't know how I enjoy ending the lives of those useless people you call friends.
Goku, with an incredible anger, was able to put his hand in Archon's heart. However, before ending his life, he would slowly withdraw his hand.
I'll turn you into what you hate the most. I'll take away all your power. You'll be nothing more than a mere mortal, and you'll never be able to die.
Goku was able to take away all the power of Archon, being able to only grant him the base energy of an ordinary human being. So with the new power he had gained, he was able to rise to the entire top of that multiverse.
Wow, this power is amazing, but I'll be able to put this power to good use, so you won't be able to make your own.
That's right, Goku, with all that great power, was able to make every warrior and every multiverse of all the destroyed multiverses be able to come back to life, including their rulers. So in front of Goku, a great portal would be formed towards his universe, but before entering, he would observe the entire multiverse of Sung.
This multiverse was my second home, so I plan to restore everything, as well as grant Sung the required knowledge to be able to overcome all his limits.
Goku was able to completely restore Sung's multiverse, so he would move towards.
I appreciate your help. When I was in that cave, don't forget that if any time you need my help, I only think of myself, and I'll be able to communicate with you.
Thanks to you, Goku. I hope to see you again very soon, my good friend. Goku would grant him the knowledge required for Sung to be able to stand out from the rest of humans. So Goku would enter the portal, returning to his multiverse, meeting all his friends and families.
I knew I'd wasted my life. I trusted you, damn bug. Congrats, Mr. Goku. You've been able to take revenge on us. And apparently we have a special guest.
That's right, it was Archon, who would be locked in an angelic dimension, from which, with his current power, he'd never be able to get out.
Thank you very much, my friend. And from today, you'll be appointed as omnipotent guardian of this entire multiverse.
All the other multiversal rulers sent their respective thanks for bringing them to life again.
It's a great happiness for me to know that I'm able to be with you again.
Are you the most powerful warrior, Goku? But how about if we go to planet Earth to go eat a big drumstick?
I'd love that, Mr. Beerus. So we'd better leave and enjoy the good food.
So all the gods and angels had gone to their respective universes, while Goku shared with his family and loved ones, obtaining a new position in the entire multiverse of Zeno-sama. The confrontation between Gohan in his Super Saiyan Phase 3 form and Takagami marked a drastic change in the intensity of the battle. The skies, previously serene, witness of the confrontation, darkened with the energy unleashed by both combatants. And each blow resounded like thunder in the vast and silent cosmic space, defying the tranquility of the stars watching from a distance. The explosions of energy briefly illuminated the darkness, creating a chaotic and majestic spectacle at the same time. The flashes of light and shadow intertwined in a frantic dance that reflected the ferocity of the combat. The shockwaves spread out in the distance, distorting space itself and recalling the magnitude of the power unleashed on that battlefield. Each movement was a ballet of strength and dexterity, with Gohan and Takagami challenging each other in a battle that transcended the physical, entering the realms of the mystical and the epic. Their cries of determination were lost amid the din of battle, but their spirits echoed in every exchange of blows, making it clear that this confrontation was not just for dominance or survival, but for the legacy of their lineages and the protection of their worlds. Gohan, his eyes shining with an indomitable determination, channeled all his power in every movement, leaving a trail of energy that shimmered with a force that defied the limits of the unimaginable. His taut muscles, his golden aura glowing with intensity, made him an unstoppable force that sought justice and protection for all those he loved and defended.
You will not escape my justice, Takagami! My determination's like an unbreakable torrent that'll sweep away any darkness you try to sow! Every blow I throw carries with it the strength of all those I protect and defend. I'll not rest until the truth shines on every shadow you've woven with your deceptions. Get ready to face the justice I bring."
Gohan roared with fiery fury, his voice echoing across the battlefield like an echo of the very protective will drive him. Every blow he threw carried with it the emotional burden of years of struggle and sacrifice, the determination of a hero willing to do anything for the well-being of his world and his loved ones. On the other hand, Takagami, with his characteristic agility and calculated cunning, dodged Gohan's attacks with fluid and precise movements. His cold and calculating gaze contrasted with the ferocity of the Saiyan, unveiling an enemy who did not underestimate the threat he faced.
Interesting. I see that the power of the Saiyan pride still burns deep in your being, Gohan, but let me tell you this. However intense it may be, will not be enough to defy the chains of your inevitable fate.
Between each exchange of blows and dodges, the battlefield turned into an epic scenario where two titans collided, not only with their bodies, but with their convictions and purposes. The fate of both was intertwined in a deadly dance where determination, skill, and strength merged in a conflict that transcended the physical and went deep into their warriors' souls. The clash of energies was so intense that the Z warriors felt the pressure and overwhelming weight of the unfolding confrontation. The magnitude of the conflict resonated in every corner of the known universe, like an echo of power that transcended planetary barriers and penetrated the very heart of those who were fighting for survival and justice. The fluctuations in ki were palpable, even to those watching from a distance, like a symphony of opposing forces colliding in a chaotic but harmonious dance. Every member of the Z Warriors could feel the electricity in the air, the tension that preceded every strategic move and every heartbreaking blow. The earth trembled under the influence of the unleashed energy, as if the world itself was responding to the duel of titans being waged on its surface. The skies darkened even more, as if the universe itself was holding its breath at the magnificence and terror of that epic contest. In those moments of crisis, the Z Warriors' determination grew even stronger, fueled by the urgency to protect what they loved and to face any adversity with courage and conviction. It was a reminder that during chaos and destruction, the human spirit could shine with an unshakable light. Piccolo, with his strategic mind sharper as a razor, watched every move with meticulous attention. Every gesture, every spark of unleashed energy carried with it the promise of a decisive change during the battle. His intense and serene gaze concealed a precise calculation as he searched for the perfect opportunity to intervene in support of his disciple. Piccolo, with his gaze lost on the horizon as he pondered the situation deeply, added in a calm but determined voice,
Gohan is channeling an incredible power right now. If we manage to amplify their energy and coordinate a joint attack, we could tip the scales in our favor and find the opportunity we need to change the course of this battle.
His mind worked like a meticulous clock, evaluating possibilities and strategies during the chaos that was unleashed in front of him. Meanwhile, at the epicenter of the conflict, Gohan and Takagami continued their titanic duel, each determined to impose their will and determination on the other. Gohan's transformation into Super Saiyan Stage 3 not only gave him enormous strength, but also imposed a demanding tribute in terms of energy and physical endurance. Gohan, his breathing agitated by the effort and intensity of the moment, expressed with determination in his voice between short breaths, "His power! It's overwhelming, but I must stand firm. I can't fail." Every word resonated with an unwavering commitment as he prepared to face the ordeal ahead of her, his aura glowing with a mixture of exhaustion and relentless resolve. His spirit stood like a burning flame during the storm, braving adversities with a determination that sprang from the core of his being. On the other hand, Takagami, with his arrogant smile and calculated movements, responded to every attack of Gohan with an inordinate confidence in his own dexterity and power. Takagami, with a voice imbued with superiority and a tone that denoted his absolute confidence in his words, defiantly replied,
Admiral, but naive. Your determination's remarkable, Gohan, but you must understand that no force in this universe can change your destiny.
His voice resonated with an assurance that seemed to defy all opposition, marking a gap between confidence in his power and Gohan's will. His self-assurance was impenetrable as the toughest steel, a psychological barrier that defied even the storms of energy roaring around him. The confrontation was coming to a head as the Z warriors, with a mixture of worry and palpable hope in their hearts, prepared to intervene at the precise moment that could change the course of the battle. Vegeta, with his intense and analytical gaze, watched every flash of power unleashed by Gohan with a mixture of admiration and concern in his eyes. Vegeta, with his analytical and sharp mind, was muttering to himself in a barely audible tone due to the palpable tension in the air.
Gohan's unleashing an incredible power.
His words were a whisper, charged with respect and concern, acknowledging the magnitude of the power that Gohan was unleashing at that critical moment.
But he must maintain control if he wants to survive this,
he added with a seriousness that reflected his experience in past battles and his understanding of the dangers of losing control over so much unleashed energy. Goku, the legendary warrior who knows the limits and beyond, nodded solemnly at Vegeta's words. Goku, with a calmness that radiated experience and wisdom, recognized with respect in his voice, "We know what it's like to fight at the limit, but Gohan's showing exceptional courage that inspires us all." His words resonated with the depth of one who has faced countless challenges, understanding the nature of struggle and the sacrifice it entails. With admiration palpable in his tone, recognizing the courage and determination of his son during adversity, his voice, serene but full of respect, reflected the confidence in Gohan's potential to overcome any obstacle. Meanwhile, the energy flowing through Gohan was reaching its peak, manifesting itself in an impressive visual spectacle. Its golden aura radiated an intense light that illuminated the surrounding space, making even the distant stars seem to pale in comparison. Gohan, with a roar full of determination that echoed throughout the battlefield, exclaimed with fervor, addressed to his father and Vegeta, "Father! Vegeta! All of you! This power is to protect you all!" His voice carried with an emotional charge of his commitment to the protection of his loved ones, a promise that manifested itself in every flash of his glowing aura, and in every blow aimed at the darkness that threatened his world. His voice, echoing like an echo of hope amid the chaos of battle, his energy, instead of just being destructive, became a beacon of hope for his allies, instilling strength and determination in their hearts. The buildup of energy finally reached its peak when Gohan unleashed a combined attack so powerful that it seemed to tear the very fabric of space. The surprise on Takagami's face was palpable, reflecting the magnitude of the force unleashed by the young Saiyan.
"Impossible! I can't believe the magnitude of your strength, Gohan! You've unweakened a power that defies all my expectations and strategies so far. But you haven't witnessed everything I can do yet. My abilities are not limited to what you've witnessed so far. And I still have cards to play in this game. Get ready to find out that I'm not as easy an opponent to defeat. The true essence of my power is about to be revealed, and I assure you that it'll surprise you. The battle's only just begun, young Saiyan."
The resulting explosion temporarily blinded everyone present, enveloping the battlefield in a dazzling light that eclipsed even the brightest stars in the firmament. As the luminescence slowly faded away, it revealed an impressive but also disturbing scene. Gohan, still in his Super Saiyan Stage 3 form, was still standing, his figure slender but visibly exhausted at the limit of his strength. Was that enough?" He was panting between short breaths, his eyes reflecting a determination that defied the fatigue that overwhelmed him. But Takagami emerged from the rubble with a defiant smile on his face, was making it clear that the battle was far from over.
"You're barely scratching the surface, Gohan. Your power is awesome, but you can't beat the darkness that is hanging over you. Your determination's commendable, but the real battle is beyond what you can imagine. My shadows are deeper, and my power is vaster than you think. Get ready to face the true essence of the dark power."
Gohan's energy was fluctuating, a clear sign that his transformation was reaching its limit. The Z warriors watched with anxiety and determination as the battle reached a critical point. Victory seemed elusive, but their fighting spirit remained unwavering in the darkness that threatened to devour them all.
No! I can't give up this power. It's to protect everyone, to my family, to the earth.
Each word came out between agitated breaths, but charged with an unwavering determination, revealing the deep sense of responsibility and love that drove their struggle. His voice, though weakened by the effort, resounded with a firmness that defined the adversities he faced.
Oh, what a pathetic nobility! Do you think you can fight my darkness with simple desires for protection? Your strength is impressive, but your naivety condemns you. Don't you understand that in this world, nobility and desires for protection are as fragile as glass in front of the tide? No matter how much power you possess, the darkness will always find a crack through which to infiltrate and corrupt everything you value. It's only a matter of time before you realize the futility of your efforts, Gohan.
Gohan, his aura flickering, braced himself for another assault, feeling every fiber of his being burning with determination. However, the accumulated fatigue and the marked wounds on his skin were beginning to take their toll, weighing like chains on his struggle. Every move was a battle against exhaustion and pain, a test of endurance that tested his courage and perseverance. The vision of Takagami, his implacable enemy, distorted slightly before his fatigued eyes, reflecting not only the tumult of the physical battle, but also the dark and twisted connection Takagami maintained with the source of power that fed him. This connection, like a cursed bond, gave Takagami a ruthless strength, but also dragged him into the maelstrom of corruption and out of control. During the fray, Gohan found himself facing not only a formidable opponent, but also the shadow of an evil influence that threatened to consume everything. Every blow thrown and blocked resonated with the intensity of an epic battle between light and darkness, between the determination of a hero and the seduction of a dark and forbidden power. Despite the adversities and uncertainty that surrounded him, Gohan clung to hope like the beacon in a storm, remembering the bonds of friendship and love that drove him to move forward. Every beat of his heart resonated with the will to protect what he valued most in the world, facing the challenge with courage and sacrifice, knowing that true strength lay in his indomitable spirit and in his determination to never give up in the face of the darkness that threatened his world and soul.
Gohan, don't wear yourself out too much. Stay focused and in control. Remember, that true strength lies not only in raw power, but in the ability to stay calm and think strategically amid chaos. Do not underestimate your opponent, and do not get carried away by blind rage. That determination must be backed by intelligence and control. Make every hit count, and don't get distracted from your goal.
His words, full of advice and warnings, sought to remind Gohan of the importance of the mind in battle, in addition to physical strength.
The Super Saiyan Phase 3 form consumes a lot of energy. Gohan needs to find a balance between his power and his stamina. He must learn to control the flow of his ki to maintain his strength without exhausting himself quickly. The key is efficiency. Every movement must be precisely calculated and executed to maximize the impact without wasting energy. It's a challenge to master this state, but if Gohan manages to find that harmony, his potential will be truly formidable.
His words, full of experience and knowledge, sought to guide Gohan towards a better understanding of how to use his power without compromising his endurance in battle. As Gohan and Takagami continued their confrontation, Goku's eyes, a symbol of hope for everyone, shone with determination during the intense strife. His strategic mind was working at full speed, analyzing every move of his son and enemies to find the perfect crack in Takagami's defense. Every glimmer in his gaze reflects years of training, epic battles, and an unwavering desire to protect those he loved. In the distance, Vegeta stood in a fighting position, his Saiyan pride burning like an unstoppable flame. His defiant aura and combat experience combined into a formidable force, ready to unleash his power at the precise moment. Piccolo, with his calculated serenity, was watching the battle with sharp eyes, ready to strategically intervene and balance the scales in favor of his comrades. Meanwhile, Goten and Trunks, the young warriors, were in the middle of the recovery process after the intense confrontation against Takagami. Despite their damage received, his determination did not waver. Both focused on channeling their ki with precision, taking advantage of every breath to restore their energies and strengthen their bodies. Goten, with his indomitable spirit and his face marked with determination, closed his eyes with concentration as he felt the flow of vital energy revitalize his fatigued muscles. "We have to be ready to return to the battle at any moment," he thought to himself, remembering the responsibility he shared with his friend Trunks to protect his family and his home. On the other hand, Trunks, with his mind focused and his ki shining with renewed intensity, was striving to reach an optimal state of recovery. "We can't afford to let our guard down," he reflected, aware of the challenges they still faced and the need to be prepared to face any adversity that stood in their way. Both young warriors knew that the battle was not over yet. With determination in their hearts and their ki channeling with precision, they were preparing for the next chapter in their fight for the protection of their world. "Gohan's giving his best. His strength and determination are impressive, but we need to find an opening to channel more energy towards him and empower his power to the fullest. We must all join forces and find a way to support him in this crucial battle. Our connection as a family and as a team is our greatest strength. Let's make every hit and every effort count to protect our home and those we love." His words, full of determination and hope, reflected his confidence in the team's ability to overcome any challenge when working together.
Your resistance is admirable, but useless. My power is absolute. No matter how much they fight, they won't be able to stop me. My strength is unshakable, and my determination relentless. There is no escape from my dominion. It's time for you to give up and accept your fate under my control.
Every word was loaded with arrogance and certainty as Takagami continued to unleash his dark power with ruthless ferocity. Gohan, with a superhuman effort, managed to deflect Takagami's attacks and counterattacked with a burst of brilliant energy. The collision of powers created a shockwave that shook the nearby atmosphere. "I will not allow you to destroy what I love! My bonds and my strength are greater than any darkness you could throw! I'm ready to face any challenge and overcome any obstacle to ensure a secure future for everyone! There will be no place for destruction in my world!"
Your emotions make you weak, Gohan. The real strength lies in the darkness. Your love and your bonds are chains that prevent you from reaching your true potential. Don't you see that the darkness offers unlimited and unrestricted power? Abandon your illusions of grandeur, young Saiyan. Face the truth that only darkness can bring you true strength and absolute dominion over the world.
Every word was imbued with an icy arrogance and a fanatical belief in the corrupting power of darkness. Takagami sought to sow doubts and weakness in Gohan's mind, challenging his conception of strength and courage. The struggle became more intense with each pressing moment. Gohan, despite showing obvious exhaustion with every short breath, remained firm and undetermined, refusing to back down from the challenge Takagami posed. His eyes reflected an unwavering determination as he faced the malevolent machinations of his enemy. However, Takagami's evil cunning was revealed in all its magnitude when he began to manipulate the environment around him with dark mastery. The dark creatures had summoned with his sinister magic were already at the edge of the surface, ready to emerge and join the battle with uncontrollable ferocity. The air was charged with an ominous presence as the shadows of those creatures danced unexpectedly, eager to join the conflict and show their destructive power. Faced with imminent threat, the Z warriors did not hesitate to prepare to face these creatures that represented an unknown but tangible danger. Vegeta, with his characteristic defiant tone, exclaimed as he adjusted his combat posture, "I'll not allow those abominations to ruin our path to victory. It's time to show them the true power of a Saiyan." Piccolo, the group's calm strategist, quickly assessed the situation and proposed a plan of action.
We're facing a cunning enemy who uses manipulation as a weapon. We must act with coordination and precision. Gohan, you now take care of containing the creatures. Vegeta, Goku, keep the pressure on Takagami and don't let him breathe easy.
Goku, with a determined smile on his face, nodded energetically. "We have it, Piccolo. I'm confident that together we can overcome any challenge that comes our way. We're going to give our best." Goten and Trunks, the young warriors, who were always looking to prove their bravery, exchanged a look of complacency before joining the plan.
Yes, let's show these monsters what it means to be a real team!
Determination shone in the eyes of each Z warrior as they prepared for the upcoming showdown, their hearts resonating with the memory of Daishinkan and Chaos's courageous sacrifice. Those moments of heroism and camaraderie resonated like an echo in their souls, reminding them of the price they sometimes had to pay to protect the world they loved. Goku, with a silent bow to his fallen friends, took a moment to remember his valuable lessons of courage and determination.
Our friend showed us that even in the darkest moments, we can find the strength to face any challenge. His sacrifice will not be in vain as long as we keep fighting and keep the flame of hope alive in our hearts. Every blow we take, every obstacle we face is proof of our determination and our commitment to a better future. We'll not let his sacrifice be forgotten. Let's keep fighting with all our heart and spirit.
Vegeta, with an intense gaze fixed on the horizon, added solemnly,
Every battle teaches us something new. We must honor his memory by overcoming our limits, protecting this world, not only for ourselves, but for those who are no longer there.
Piccolo, the serene strategist, reflected on the importance of learning from each experience.
Every battle, every loss, strengthens us and teaches us to be better warriors. Let's move forward with determination and wisdom.
Goten and Trunks, the young warriors, full of energy and competitive spirit, exchanged a look of respect towards the heroes of the past.
We're going to make their bravery and sacrifice worthwhile. We'll fight with everything we have.
The memory of Daishinkan and Chaos became a flame that fanned the determination and fighting spirit of the Z warriors. With their hearts united in a common purpose, they prepared to face the next challenge with the strength of those who came before them, ready to write the next chapter in the history of defending the Earth against the forces of evil. The battle reached unprecedented levels of intensity, with every move unleashing a wave of energy that shook the battlefield. Gohan, with his indomitable spirit, led the charge against the emerging shadows, channeling his ki into powerful explosions that dispelled the creatures one after another. Every flash of light harbored the determination to protect their loved ones and their home from the darkness that threatened to consume them.
Mr. Piccolo, behind you! Watch your back! The enemy's trying to surprise us with sneak attacks! We can't afford to let our guard down for 1 second in this battle! Our togetherness is our greatest strength, and together we'll overcome any challenge that comes our way! I trust in your strategic wisdom, Mr. Piccolo, but I'm also here to support you in every move! Let's move forward with determination and protect what we value with all our might!
Piccolo responded quickly, deflecting the attack with an energy shield.
Thank you, Gohan. Your quick alertness and attention to detail are crucial in this battle. Our coordination and communication are what will keep us one step ahead in the face of our enemies. Let's keep working together. Every move counts in this matchup.
By his side, Piccolo displayed his tactical ingenuity with mastery, drawing lines of defense and counterattack with pinpoint accuracy. His strategies were like chess moves on the battlefield, anticipating the enemy's moves and coordinating attacks to maximize the impact. Between them, an almost perfect synchronicity is woven, where Gohan's brute force found balance at Piccolo's strategic cunning.
Vegeta, get ready for our combined attack! We can't hold any back anymore! It's time to deploy all our power and show them what we're capable of! Together, we're unstoppable, Vegeta! Let's prove once again why we're the most powerful Z warriors in the universe! Let's go!
You don't need to tell me, Kakaroto. I'm always ready for the combat. Our combined power will overcome any obstacle that stands in our way. Get ready to witness the true strength of the Saiyan race. Let's go!
Every clash of powers, every rumble of explosions resounded like a chant of resistance, bravery during chaos. The bonds of camaraderie and trust between the Z warriors were strengthened by adversity, reminding them that together they were more than the sum of their individual abilities. In this ballet of strength and strategy, where each movement had the weight of survival and the hope of a future in which light would prevail over shadows. Vegeta and Goku, in their eternal friendly rivalry forged in countless battles, coordinated their attacks with an almost telepathic synchronization. Like two warriors who share a unique and deep bond, their fiery determination was reflected in every move.
every punch, and every burst of energy they threw at their formidable opponent, Takagami.
Goku, it's time to unite our powers to take down this guy once and for all. We'll not allow it to continue sowing chaos and destruction. Our combined strength will be their undoing. Take this, Takagami! This is the end that awaits you for challenging the Z Warriors.
I'm with you, Vegeta. There's no turning back now. Together, we'll put an end to this threat once and for all. Let's get him!
The latter, a formidable adversary in his own right, was forced to quickly divert his attention between dodging the quick and precise strikes of the Saiyans and dealing with the strategic cunning of Gohan and the tactical prowess of Piccolo.
Don't underestimate my powers, Saiyans. My abilities go beyond what you can imagine. Your determination's admirable, but it won't be enough to stop me. Get ready to know the true darkness that resides in this universe.
The frantic dance of attacks and defenses between the protagonists became a ballet of opposing forces, where speed and power merged into an unparalleled combat choreography. Each shock of energy unleashed explosions of ki that lit up the sky like shooting stars on a stormy night, painting the firmament with flashes of power and determination. The battlefield was transformed into an epic scenario where the fates of the combatants were intertwined in a cosmic drama of legendary proportions.
Gohan, now's your time to shine. Use this opportunity to show your true power and determination. We're all counting on you to turn the tide of this battle. Don't hold back. Give your best and make every hit count. The fate of everyone depends on your courage and strength in this crucial moment.
Come on, Dad! Mr. Piccolo! We won't stop until we beat you! Our determination's stronger than ever, and together, we're unstoppable! This is our moment to show that together, we can overcome any obstacle! Let's trust in our bonds, and fight with everything we have!
Meanwhile, Gohan's relentless determination and Piccolo's tactical wisdom added layers of complexity to the conflict, consistently challenging Takagami's strategies and moves. The intensity of the confrontation reached its peak, and with each hero and villain deploying their maximum potential in search of victory. Amid the chaos of battle, friendship and honor and inner strength shone as beacons of hope in a universe fraught with unfathomable challenges and dangers. Goten and Trunks, following the meticulous plan laid out by Piccolo to the latter, demonstrated a perfect synchronization that bordered on the supernatural. As young Saiyan warriors, their connection was more than a simple strategic alliance. It was the manifestation of a deep and lasting friendship, forged in countless shared trainings and battles. Every movement, every gesture, flowed between them in an innate harmony that only the strongest bonds could sustain.
Goten, your task is to maintain the defensive perimeter. Don't let anything surprise us from behind. Trunks, look for any opportunity to counterattack. We need to take advantage of every gap in their defense to turn the tide in this battle.
Understood, Mr. Piccolo. I'll be attentive and make sure that nothing takes us by surprise.
Following Piccolo's instructions, Goten unleashed bursts of energy with the dexterity and speed typical of the Saiyan lineage.
Come on, Trunks, let's keep the pressure on. Let's not give up and take every opportunity to move forward.
His attacks were precise and forceful, outlining a defensive perimeter around the group with an intensity that left his opponents breathless. Meanwhile, Trunks, a skilled wielder of the energy sword, executed precise and elegant cuts that perfectly complemented Goten's strategic defense.
Don't let any of them through, Goten. Keep our fronts safe while we look for weaknesses in their formation. Let's keep pushing.
Each movement drew lines of glowing energy in the air, creating a dynamic and effective wall of protection that neutralized any threat that dared to get too close to their companions. The combination of Goten and Trunks' skills not only demonstrated their individual mastery, but also their ability to work in a team in a fluid and coordinated way. Their actions were not only the result of practice and training, but also of a deep mutual understanding that allowed them to anticipate each other's movements with pinpoint accuracy. On the battlefield, the symbiosis was their greatest strength, making them an unstoppable force that courageously and determinedly defended those considered their family and home. The battle that was being fought was a whirlwind of energy and strategy, where every move had a deep meaning, and every decision impacted on the future of the contest. Goten and Trunks, the young Saiyan warriors, showed amazing coordination as they threw themselves into combat with a mixture of bravery and dexterity. His movements were like a martial dance, fluid and precise, designed to unbalance the dark creatures summoned by Takagami.
Trunks, to your right! Understood.
The voices of the young people echoed among the booms of explosions and the clash of powers. Each exchange of blows was a symphony of ki, a manifestation of the determination not to give ground in the face of the darkness that threatened to engulf them. Meanwhile, Gohan, with his indomitable spirit, deployed his ki in explosions of controlled energy, creating glowing spheres that exploded with force on impact against the shadows that rushed over them.
We can't give up! Our world depends on this! Every strike, every strategy, everything counts in this crucial battle! Let's keep fighting until the end!
His voice resonated with conviction, injecting courage into his companions. Piccolo, the calm but ruthless strategist, extended his arms with authority, generating defensive barriers that protected the group from surprise attacks. His eyes observed the battlefield with a calculated calm, evaluating every movement of the enemy to find the precise moment to counterattack.
Keep the pressure constant. We cannot allow them to make up ground. Every breakthrough we make is crucial to maintaining our advantage. Keep attacking relentlessly.
The sound of energy crashes and explosions was deafening, but during the chaos, the group's determination and unity shone like beacons of hope in the darkest night. Each of the Z warriors knew that they were not only fighting for their lives, but for the future of their home and the generations to come. Every attack, every block was another step towards victory or defeat, and they were not willing to give in to adversity. Amid the furious fray, every strategic move and every technique deployed by the Z-Warriors reflected years of training and experience, as well as a bond of trust and camaraderie that strengthened them in the most difficult moments. The coordination between them was a show of synchronization and dexterity, a chaotic but harmonious dance of attacks and defenses that kept at bay the dark forces that tried to dominate them. However, it was at a crucial moment, when hope seemed to be faltering in the face of Takagami's relentless persistence, that Goku and Vegeta, the legendary Saiyans whose power transcended known limits, demonstrated once again why they were revered as the most powerful warriors in the universe. With millimetric synchronization that only they could achieve after years of training in epic battles, they unleashed a devastating combined attack that shattered Takagami's defenses, leaving them exposed and vulnerable in the face of the final counterattack of the brave defenders of the Earth. The impact of their combined energy resounded on the battlefield like divine thunder, shaking reality itself with its overwhelming power. The energy blasts and shockwaves spread out like a gale, sweeping away any obstacles in their way and marking a decisive turn in the confrontation. The hearts of the Z-Warriors swelled with renewed hope as they witnessed the result of the bravery and determination embodied in Goku and Vegeta, who were not only allies, but also rivals, who raised each other to new heights of power and dexterity. This epic moment not only symbolized the brute strength of the legendary Saiyans, but also the depth of their connection as battle companions and friends. Her self-sacrifice and dedication to protecting her home and loved ones shone with an intensity that defied the shadows of despair. With Takagami vulnerable before them, Earth's heroes prepared for the final assault, determined to put an end to the dark threat looming over their world and restore the lost peace. As this crucial opportunity approached, Gohan and Piccolo, two warriors whose togetherness goes beyond simple camaraderie, combined their powers with synchronization and understanding that only the closest battle partners could achieve. With relentless determination and a strategic focus sharp as the edge of a sword, they faced the creatures summoned by Takagami, with a bravery that inspired everyone present on the battlefield.
Mr. Piccolo, keep the rear guard. I'm going to the front. It is crucial to maintain our formation and protect our backs as we move forward towards the main battle. I trust you to keep us safe from behind.
Understood, Gohan. Don't let your guard down. Our coordination is key for being victorious. Stay alert and move forward with determination. Together we'll overcome this challenge.
Gohan's energy, bright and powerful as the sun as it peaks, was intertwined with Piccolo's tactical cunning and dexterity, creating a symphony of power and skill that defied expectations. Each coordinated movement between them was a masterful combined dance, where offensive and defense intertwined in a lethal harmony.
The creatures summoned by Takagami, who once posed a formidable threat, now found themselves at a disadvantage in the face of the unbreakable union of these two exceptional warriors. The battlefield lit up with flashes of brilliant energy as Gohan and Piccolo unleashed their full potential, overcoming every obstacle with steely determination and calculated strategies. The trust between them was palpable, a connection that transcended words and manifested itself in every punch and every block. With each enemy defeated, their path to Takagami cleared, bringing them closer and closer to the final victory they sought to protect their world and their loved ones.
Gohan, you need to buy time. I will prepare my best attack to defeat these creatures. I trust you can keep them busy while I get ready. Together, we can change the course of this battle.
Mr. Piccolo, I'll do my best to buy time. My goal is to keep these creatures at bay as long as possible so I can prepare their attack. Trust me, I won't let you down.
The moment of truth was approaching, and Gohan was advancing with a firm step, while Piccolo prepared his best attack to defeat these creatures summoned by Bahamut's disciple and put an end to the darkness that had threatened his home. His fiery determination was a beacon of hope for those who witnessed his courageous struggle, reminding them that strength lies in the unity and indomitable spirit of those who fight for justice and peace. The critical moment came when every move decided the fate of the battle. Gohan, in a last effort, took his final form. With his bright and determined aura, advanced to the front of the battle line, facing the dark creatures with a mixture of bravery and strategy, as he blocked the onslaughts of the shadows with his dazzling ki. The creatures summoned by Takagami were not easy rivals to beat, but Gohan in his ultimate form took a lot of confidence and began to face the creatures they are facing. Gohan knew that keeping the creatures at bay was crucial to allowing Piccolo to unleash his full power. While Gohan struggled to contain the shadows with his fast movements and powerful attacks, Piccolo concentrated his energy preparing for the most powerful technique. The tension on the battlefield was palpable, but there was no room for doubt. Confidence in their abilities and in their partner was the key to facing the darkness that threatened to consume them.
Gohan, keep it up. You're demonstrating exceptional courage and impressive mastery on the battlefield. Every movement of yours is a barrier that prevents the advancement of these creatures. It's crucial that you hold this firmness for a few more moments while I finalize the preparations for my final ultimate technique. I have full confidence in your abilities and determination. Remember that our teamwork is the key to overcoming any challenge. Keep the pressure on and don't let your guard down. Together, we can turn the tide of this battle and protect our loved ones.
Understood, Mr. Piccolo. I'll not allow them to advance a single step further. You can trust me. I'm fully prepared to take on this responsibility and keep these creatures at bay. Together, we can overcome this and protect our loved ones. My determination's unwavering, and I'll not back down in the face of this challenge, because I know that every stroke I stop here is a step towards victory. Our teamwork and mutual trust will give us the strength to prevail in this battle. Let's show them what we're capable of and write our own destiny in this struggle.
The scene unfolds with increasing intensity as Gohan definitively plunges into the maelstrom of combat. His determination is reflected in every gesture, and every tense muscle, and in every flash of energy that emanates from his being. The creatures summoned by Takagami's nightmarish creatures with twisted shapes and burning eyes fiercely advance towards Gohan, seeking to overwhelm him with their numbers and their uncontrolled fury. Gohan, however, is not daunted. His ki shines around him like an aura of power, marking every movement with a clear purpose. When the first creature lunges with sharp claws, Gohan responds with a precise block, channeling his energy to stop the attack with a glowing barrier. The resulting impact makes the ground tremble under his feet, but Gohan remains steadfast, his eyes fixed on his opponent. Each subsequent blow is an exhibition of martial skill and ki control. Gohan moves with grace and speed, dodging the onslaughts of creatures with fluid movements, and countering with calculated blows. His fists and legs turn into bursts of energy, hitting the enemies with force and precision. Each impact causes bursts of energy that light up the battlefield, drawing bright arcs in the air and kicking up swirls of dust around them. The creatures do not retreat easily. Their resistance is stubborn, and their thirst for destruction is insatiable.
Gohan is forced to deploy more advanced techniques, combining his speed and strength with concentrated energy attacks. Ki waves cut through the air as Gohan releases bursts of controlled energy, seeking to weaken his opponents and open gaps in their defenses. Every block, every dodge, is a dance of anticipation and reaction. Gohan relies on his training and his intellect, reading the movements of the creatures, responding with precise movements. Your connection to your spiritual energy is evident in every movement, every pulse of energy emanating from your being. Meanwhile, Piccolo completes the charge of his definitive technique, his absolute concentration palpable in the air. The sound of his pent-up energy resonates on the battlefield, adding a layer of palpable tension to the charged atmosphere of battle. Gohan feels Piccolo's accumulated power as a beacon of hope and a call to redouble his efforts.
This is our chance, Gohan. Keep the pressure on them, and don't give them any respite. Every move of yours is crucial right now, as we are close to changing the course of this battle. I trust in your ability to keep them at bay, while we prepare our counterattack. Keep your determination, and keep going. Together, we can make it happen.
Gohan nods with determination as he prepares for the next attack. The combat dance between Gohan and the creatures reach its climax when Gohan, with a graceful twist, unleashes a series of energy blasts that cut through the enemy ranks. The creatures recoil momentarily, their twisted forms showing signs of weakness for the first time.
Goten! Trunks! I need you to be alert! Mr. Piccolo is preparing a powerful attack! Move quickly and maintain your defenses! Our coordination is crucial at this critical moment of the battle. We can't afford to make mistakes now. I'm confident in your ability to respond quickly and effectively. Stay focused and keep fighting with determination. Come on, we can still turn the tide of this battle in our favor.
The moment came when Gohan, with a precise movement, opened a breach in the creature's defenses, allowing Piccolo to unleash his devastating attack. With a resounding scream, Piccolo releases his ultimate technique, a beam of concentrated energy that cuts through the sky like a fiery comet.
Makankasapo!
The pure energy swirls frantically around the lightning, forming a spiral of controlled energy that seems to dance in the air with calculated ferocity. The extreme concentration of energy causes a burst that radiates a dazzling radiance, as if the sun itself were transcending on the battlefield. The energy beam, with its incomparable power, transverses the enemy ranks with pinpoint accuracy, neutralizing the creatures with an amazing efficiency that takes the breath away of those who witness its devastating impact. The initial explosion is only the prelude to the destruction that is unleashed. The torrent of concentrated energy envelops the creatures in a lethal embrace, eroding their forms with an overwhelming intensity. Each wave of energy emanating from the ray is like a chisel, carving out space itself, gradually disintegrating the creatures that meet its path with an inexorable inevitability. The show is both majestic and terrifying, with the energy displayed manifesting in vibrant colors that collide and intertwine in a chaotic dance. The controlled destruction leaves in its wake a trail of disintegration that seems to defy the very laws of physics, demonstrating the supreme power that resides in the hands of those who master the arts of combat and energy control. The battlefield gradually quieted down, the dark threat dissipating with each defeated creature. Gohan and Piccolo, breathing heavily, but with a satisfied smile, met in the center of the battlefield, knowing that their teamwork and determination had tipped the scales toward victory. Now, with the road to Takamagami clear, they were preparing for the final assault, confident that their union would return their greatest strength. The battlefield gradually quieted down, the echo of controlled destruction echoing through the air as the enemy creatures vanquished before the combined might of Gohan and Piccolo. The glow of the dissipated energy hinted at the near victory, marked by the determination and teamwork of the brave warriors Z, Gohan, and Piccolo. Breathing heavily but with a smile of satisfaction on their faces, met in the center of the battlefield, exchanging looks of complicity that spoke of a bond forged in battle and camaraderie. Meanwhile, in another part of the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta were facing Takagami in an epic duel that defied the limits of known power. With their faces marked with determination and their eyes shining with a fierce intensity, the two legendary Saiyans demonstrated once again why they were considered the most powerful warriors in the universe. His movements were like a whirlwind of quick attacks and precise defenses, each strike resounding like thunder in the energy-charged air.
Vegeta, keep the pressure on! Let's finish this together!
Of course, Kakarot. I'm not gonna let this guy beat us.
The intensity of their confrontation filled the battlefield, making the ground shake with every energy shock. Takagami, although powerful, was in a challenging position in the face of the unstoppable combination of Goku and Vegeta.
I'll not underestimate your power, Saiyans. I recognize their bravery, but their determination will not be enough to stop me. My strength is unshakable. My power is unstoppable. Get ready to face the real darkness.
Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.